Hey, Good Fox here. Today a review of 95 overall DeAndre Hopkins Team of the Year card. He's got a great chem playmaker, and some people live and die by the playmaker, but let's go through his stats first. 92 speed, which is very respectable on the good side of receivers right now. 93 catch, 95 spec, 95 release, but you don't see too much man press for that to really matter. 92 route running, which is oh so important for receivers. I'll get to that in a bit. 92 catch in traffic, 93 jump, along with 72 run block and 60 impact block means you can basically keep him out on the field for all 3 downs. I love 3 down receivers, guys that you can leave out there. You don't have to sub out like a Randy Moss if you want to run the ball behind him. But DeAndre Hopkins, now you throw that out route right away. My outside receivers are used to beat cover 3 with corner routes, or no, sorry, not corner routes, out routes. So, and out routes are so spectacular against cover 3, cover 4 this year. Both hot routed and non-hot routed out routes to get those, pick up those clutch first downs. They're countered by cover 2. But I've had say that Sterling Sharp, who you saw Hopkins compared to there on the screen, he doesn't have that 91 route running, and because of the way the corners are now, how good they are, the Deions, the Night Train Lanes, the top tier corners are still able to react to out routes very well. But the thing is, with the 91 route running plus, which Hopkins has, again, let me reiterate that, he can break and catch the ball before the corner can react to the thrown ball from the quarterback. Now, the quarterback's thrown ball, speed also matters, but I saw Eli Manning complete some of those out routes against elite corners, and he's only got 88 throw power. So a lot of the quarterbacks right now have that elite throw power, so the break by the corner won't happen too badly. There's Hopkins running in his rack, and we'll get to the racks in a little bit. So having that 91 plus is so important to convert against third and fourth cover 3s against clutch downs. There's the man coverage beating, route running, C route there, getting away from the corner. So what was I going to talk about? The rack ability. So I would say after the catch, he's definitely a number 2, or not number 2. Way down the list compared to, like, say, the Antonio Brown, who I reviewed earlier. Andre Johnson would be kind of cool too. But so he's only got 84 elusiveness, 83 spin, 90 juke, which is good. I think 91 is the juke move threshold, though. So he isn't really like a Deshaun Jackson Brown type that kind of throw a screen and run it. I threw a couple of screens and maybe they weren't set up great. There's kind of a fade and just over his head. Not the tallest at 6'1", so he's not Kelvin back there. He's not Harold Carmichael for those back shoulder fades in the end zone. But he's definitely got I say a jack of all trades about a lot of cards, but there is a lot of medium ground for a lot of these cards that are kind of lumped in the middle that maybe don't have an outstanding attribute, although Hopkins does have that outstanding attribute with the route running, but so many cards nowadays are getting the route running. Still 400K or so for this Hopkins with the playmaker, and like I talked about earlier, playmaker for some people are literally there's absolute offense. There I completely missed a read, but the people that run bunch and they'll just drag a guy and then reroute him upfield because it's so hard to cover with the user with the playmaker chem, where it's if you don't have the playmaker chem, it feels like it's darn near worthless. So that's a huge draw of this card, and a big reason why a lot of people will get it for that playmaker chem, being able to just instantly reroute him, and he cuts on a dime. It's very powerful, and something the developers actually took out of the game last year, but then they added it back in with a chem to make it good again. So I wouldn't say it's degenerative yet, but it is a very effective tactic that I think you guys should add to your offense while it's still in the game in 18. We'll see what they do with it in 19, but back to Hopkins. I really like throwing the ball this card. I thought it was a very good card. Mentioned some of the things that he didn't have, the height, that kind of stuff, elusiveness, and rack stuff. But overall, I did like him. He's a little too pricey, and for that price, I'm going to knock him down to a 9.1. Thanks for watching Call to Action. I'll see you tomorrow.